Hello Stampin' Friends, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper, here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky. Welcome to my studio. Today we will be making a graduation card. This is a pretty quick and easy graduation card. I've done it in black and white. It has the diploma, Yay for You, on the front, an embossed panel. Inside it says Hooray for You with another diploma. It has a pocket on the front where you could put a message. You could also put a gift card. So this, you could use it with or without the gift card, but a gift card is always nice for a graduate. You'll need supplies. I'm gonna bring this scrap paper in so you can see all this black. We have a basic black card panel. This is 5.5 by 8.5. We'll be scoring that and folded it in half. We have two basic white panels, 4 by 5.25, one for the inside, one for the outside. I have a piece of black that I've taken. It was about 3.5 by 4, I think. And I've used the Pocket Thoughts. This is the bundle we're using today. We're using the diploma, the Yay for You, and the little ribbon. We'll also be using the coordinating dies. So the center one, the middle one, is the one we'll be using. It's the perfect size for a gift card. For our words on the inside, the Hooray for You, I've taken those from the birthday celebration set. So we have Hooray for You. We also have this piece of white. This is the one that goes inside the pocket. This is 2.25 by 3.25. We've got a strip. This is about 1 by 4, maybe 4.25. We've got a scrap to stamp on. And then on this card, I've decided to make this one a little bit different. We'll also be using the white circle from Stylish Shapes. But for this one, I'm going to personalize it because I do have a graduate that I'm going to make this card for, and their school colors are this royal blue and white. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of the royal blue to this. We'll also be using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. I made my card with only the Memento Tuxedo Black, but I'm going to be adding in some Blueberry Bushel for this one, just a touch of it. So let's get started. We'll start with our card base. So this is the 5.5 by 8.5. We'll be scoring it at 4.25. And folding it in half for our card base. I'm going to use my bone folder to just burnish that edge. I'm going to set that to the side. We'll stamp on the inside of our card. So I'll bring in the foam pad, the Memento Black ink, the Hooray for You. Now I have mounted all 3 of these stamps onto one block. We did do this card in my class, and so it just made it easier. If they had everything lined up, they could just stamp at one time and not have to deal with stamping 3 different stamps and trying to get those all straight. So we'll put this right there, and we'll stamp our diploma down here in the corner. We will also stamp on that little scrap. We're going to do another diploma. And then on the circle, we will be stamping the Yay for You. And we'll keep that up in this right-hand corner. So that is our stamping for this card. We'll put those to the side. Before we go on, I'm going to add that bit of blue. Now, if you were just doing this in black and white, you would go ahead and stamp this. This is the little ribbon. Can you see the difference once you've added that little color to the ribbon? And I did just do it in the black But for this one, I'm going to do it in Blueberry Bushel. Like I said, I will be personalizing this one for someone who actually comes to my classes and is graduating from high school. So this one has just a touch of the blue. I've put that in both of the diplomas. And then we are ready to start assembling our card. This is the inside. I'm just going to take a little bit of seal. And then on the front of our card, I've taken that other 4x5 1/4 panel and I've put it into the 3D plaid, Forever Plaid embossing folder. I've just put it in like that, and I've run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using plates 1 and 4. So this will go between those two plates, and then it will just go through your machine, and that will give us a nice embossed panel like this. And we're going to just adhere that to the front of our card. But before we do that, we're going to put our strips on it. So we're going to decide kind of where we want these strips. I think I'll just put it maybe right there between those lines. So this is just a bit longer than my card is wide, so I'm not going to go all the way out to the edge with that glue. I'm going to put that right on like so. And because it is embossed, it does take a little bit more glue. You do want to get it on there nicely. And then for her card, because her school colors are royal blue and white, I'm going to add the white. And then I'm going to add the royal blue. So again, if you don't know what your school colors are, the black and white is just perfect. But if you do know school colors, it does make it a little bit more personal. And I'll just cut off the excess on the back. And now this will get adhered onto our card front. And I will go ahead and use glue on this because, like I said, the embossed panels, they tend to not want to adhere quite as well as a flat panel does. So I like to just use my glue for this. And it also is more forgiving. You can slide it around a little bit and get it lined up just the way you want it. And there's the card front. Now we have our pocket. So what we do is we fold it on those score lines that are already imprinted. When you die cut the pocket, it will emboss those score lines. We're going to push that down, and we're going to take our foam folder and we're going to crease that very nicely. Now you can use a couple of different things to adhere this because you want it to stick really well. You could use tear and tape, or you could use glue, and I'm just going to use glue. Glue, you can move it around a little bit. It's more forgiving. The tear and tape is very good because it seals it very well, but it also, once you put it down, it is there. So now I'm just going to add my glue to these tabs. decide where exactly I want it. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to press that down, and I'm just going to hold that. You can even take your bone folder if you want and press that around. You want it to seal really well, and you might want to let it dry a little bit before you try sticking anything in it. So there's our pocket. And then we have this little piece that I'm just going to take the old crocodile, which I wish we still sold. I'm just going to put a little hole up here at the top of it. And then I have a piece of black twine. This is from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to poke it through. Get that loop opened up and push my tails through it. And there's my little tag. And then this would go in the pocket. And like I said, you might want to wait until that gets nice and dry. And you might need to open that just a little bit with your bone folder. There's our tag. Then we have our Yay For You panel, which we are going to just adhere on here with dimensionals. I like to use maybe 3 dimensionals for this. And then we're going to take our little paper snips and we will cut this out. Now I've already done that, so you don't have to watch that. And I'm going to use some of the mini dimensionals. I know you all know how to cut paper, and I do like to respect your time. So I like to do a few things ahead of time. And we will just put this little diploma right on here. And then we will use some of our rhinestones. I have to find my rhinestones. I have my rhinestones here. We're going to use some of the smaller ones. Ooh, if I have smaller ones. Oh, those aren't bad. We'll use those. I usually tend to cut mine up and keep them in a little packet. So we'll put maybe one here and then a couple up here at the top. And there you have it. So there is our graduation card. And like I said, this one has been personalized. It has the blue and the white added, the school colors, and this is the plain one. So if you have someone graduating but you don't know the school colors, or you want to make some in advance and you're not sure who's going to be graduating next, so you can see the difference in having the school colors or not, but they are both very nice cards. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can reach me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. If you'd like to see more projects, my website is www.bluegrassstamper.com. If you visit my website, there's a little blue button that pops up. You can get a free tutorial immediately. You'll also be giving me your email address, and I can add you to my email list. I do send out a free tutorial every week. So thank you for joining me. Till next time, bye.